Hi, I'm Special United Nations Green Ambassador Gerard Nsengiyumba, and as I promised last time that I will share with you project management issues, tools, principles. This is the next part of the first one, so I hope that you had time to watch it, to watch the first one, and we are going to share um, other parts of this particular series of videos that I have promised that we are going to make. So, briefly, project implementation, quick recap. Issue management consists of a process for identifying problems and managing them until they are resolved. And managing them until they are what? They are resolved. That is issue management. The issues log summarizes the issues, describes their current status, and identifies who is responsible for addressing the current status, and identifies who is responsible for addressing um, um, you know, those issues. So it is important to create an environment that is built on trust and is productive, allowing effective and efficient project management. The RACI chart or RACI chart is a matrix that lists all the stakeholders, a project, and their levels of involvement in each task. Monitoring, evaluation, accountability, and learning, MEAL or MEAL activities give critical information about the project's program and help maintain and manage the triple constraint triangle during implementation. The indicator performance tracking table IPTT helps track the project progress and identify the variances in the project implementation. Project design. During this phase, the project team defines needs, explores opportunities, analyzes the project environment, designs alternatives for defining the project. The decisions made during this phase set the strategic and operational framework for the project. For the data level project, this phase included identifying project needs as well as learning about the problems, example, declining quality of river water and the causes of this problem. Example, dumping household waste into the river water, low access to sanitation facilities, etc. Defining the number of latrines to be constructed, specifying the timeline. So that was about project design. So about project planning, during this phase, the team develops a comprehensive and detailed implementation plan. The implementation plan provides a model for all the work of the project. The implementation plan is revisited throughout the life of a project and updated to reflect the changing context of the project. Then, after project design, after project planning, then comes project implementation. Project implementation, this phase is all about making everything happen. It's where we put our plans to work. The project manager will lead the team, deal with issues, manage the project team. Above all, the project manager needs to make sure that all the different parts of the project and the organization are working together to deliver the project plan on time, in scope, and in budget. This is where the deliverable project will construct latrines, carry out public health education, procure materials, manage changes, work with the community train public health advocates, and so on. That will be implementation from the project planning. As you understand, project planning, during that phase, the team develops a comprehensive and detailed implementation plan. The implementation plan provides the model for all the work of the project. The implementation plan is revisited throughout the life of project and updated to reflect the changing context of the project. So the project implementation comes in to implement the project plan. Then at the end, the project closure. This phase includes implementing all closure activities to be completed at the end of the project. Some of these activities are continuing the product services with the beneficiaries, collecting lessons learned, finishing all necessary work. Briefly, we have these steps. We have the design, we have the planning, we have the implementation, and the closure. Preparing for project closure. Point 1, there is project end scenarios. Those are scenarios that could occur at the end of a project. There is another point 2, project closure checklist. Tool that ensures steps for closing a project are completed. Then there is after action review. That is the third point, which is tool that captures learnings from the project. In this scenario, in order to close out the project effectively, you need to create a closure plan. You also need to make sure that your activities have led to sustainable change. Earlier in the project, you may have created a plan for sustainability if the project needed it, and now we need to check if it has been successful. A project closure plan describes how a project ensures that progress towards outcomes and goals will continue after project closure. Sustainability plan includes scenarios or contingencies that address possible risks to the benefits of the project after the end of project activities. When needed, allocate additional or resources when it's not possible to close the project entirely. So the sustainability plan preparing the sustainability plan as early as possible ensures when the project closes that everything needed to ensure sustainability has been planned and delivered. After planning for the sustainability of your project and making the necessary adjustments, point 1, ensure that all elements are in place so that the local partner can continue to work after project closure. Point 2, conduct a comprehensive analysis of activities required for sustainability. Point 3, sustainability is directly linked to handing over the project to a local partner once it has closed. For example, in our Delta River project, sustainability means that the community continues to use the latrines after the project has closed. The municipality is responsible for taking over once the project closes. If they do not have the equipment needed to maintain the latrines and public education does not continue, then at some point the community will not be able to use the latrines. The sustainability plan checklist will help determine the details needed to finalize the sustainability plan. So, you understand the importance of the sustainability plan checklist is to determine the details needed to finalize the sustainability plan. That means sustainability checklist components are point 1, resources, point 2, motivation, point 3, processes and networks, point 4, capacity, point 5, risk and response, point 6, stakeholders. During the design phase, you should have already considered how the project might end and plan the closure activities accordingly. Here are some scenarios that could happen at the end of the project closure. The project is formally ended and all project closure activities are completed. Handover. The continuation of the project or service from the project is handed over to a local partner local NGO, international and non-government organization, community, government entity. Another point three, extension, another scenario. Negotiation of valid time to finish the project could be at additional cost or no cost. Extensions are usually not planned. They happen as a result of changing circumstances or inefficiency in the project design and planning. Scenario number four, expansion. Identify new geographical areas in which to replicate project activities. Scenario number five, redesign. Continuation through a new phase with modified interventions or activities. The project and the scenario called extensions. While some extensions have a cost, a no-cost extension means that the project activities could not be completed within the agreed upon time frame, and the implementing plan or the implementing team requests an extension to complete the activities at no additional cost or to the donor. In this scenario, while no additional cost is added to the donor, the project team and the organization are likely to incur additional costs in terms of staff, salaries, charge for facilities, and resources used. Regardless of the scenario in a no-cost extension, you need to take great care in examining and understanding the impact of the change on the triple constraints triangle. You are almost certainly going to need clear authorization for a no-cost expansion. You will need to communicate with the project stakeholders to ensure they participate in the decision. No-cost extension needs clear authorization, so communicate with the stakeholders to ensure they participate in the decision. The transition planning matrix. The transition planning matrix outlines the questions, principles, and the challenges that you need to consider in planning the project closure. There is a template for that. The transition planning matrix helps in closure and sustainability. Closure plan. The project closing plan describes closure activities and how the project should evolve upon completion. Therefore, it is important to make sure that we consider project sustainability. It includes scenarios and contingencies that address risks. These plans details the actions needed to ensure an efficient, effective, and compliant project closure process. It may also allocate additional resources for project work. Activities in the project closure plan. 1. Evaluation activities. That is the type, time frame, and resources for conducting evaluations. Point 2. Reporting. When and in what format will reports need to be provided, including financial and narrative reports. Closure activities, that is point 3. Contractual, that is activity number 3. Contractual, financial, and administrative activities that ensure project elements have been conducted. Activity number 4. Handover activities. If the project is being handed over to another entity, ensure sufficient time and resources throughout the project to ensure an efficient handover. Important note, remember, you should start planning for these activities from as early as possible. Project closure activities form part of the overall scope of work, so we need to make sure that they are covered in the planning phase. However, we'll probably need to add more detail to the plan in the closure phase. You can see the project closure checklist. Learning. Lessons learned before the closure. Develop a lessons learned log by modifying the issues log to track lessons learned as they occur throughout the project. Record the lessons learned at major evaluation points or milestones. 2. During the closure. Ensure that the lessons learned in the project are adequately detailed and filed. Organize all files, both hard and digital copies, in a consistent manner to provide easy access to the organization and program teams. After the closure, ensure that the lessons learned from projects within are available within the organization. Understand how the organization stores and documents lessons learned to maintain consistency in your documentation. Challenges with sharing lessons learned in the sector. Challenge number one, problem. Due to the competition for funding and the pressures of time, humanitarian and development organizations may be hesitant to share data with each other. Challenge number two, consequences. Because of this hesitation, to the benefits of the community are diluted. A project or an organization cannot make a substantial impact alone. It requires the work and the collaboration of various organizations and stakeholders. Challenge number three, donor interest. Donors are often interested in ensuring that learning is spread throughout the sector to ensure that the new project benefits from learning generated by others or other projects they have funded. Therefore, non-governmental organizations publish evaluation reports, and as a result, databases that include thousands of evaluation reports from many different organizations are available. Challenge number four, solution. Sharing lessons learned within the sector and with organizations working in similar areas provides a strong foundation that will ensure all projects within a given area work together to achieve common goals. Method. You should distribute the lessons learned to all those who can benefit from them. For this, you need a system to capture the end of project learning. So you understand that there is a problem, there are consequences, there are donor interests, there is a solution, and then the method challenges. Tools, modified issues log. After action review, identifies after action review identifies and records lessons and knowledge arising out of a project. Involves a variety of stakeholders in brainstorming and discussion. Easy to organize and implement. Conducting the after action review. Ask 4 questions to help participants compare the plan versus reality. What was supposed to happen? What actually happened? Why was there a difference? What can we learn from this? That is shared opinions. Shared opinions are about these questions. Shared opinions are about why was there a difference and what can we learn from this. Agreed facts are about these 2 questions: what was supposed to happen, what actually happened. Conducting the after action review. There are 3 points: collect information, take informed decisions, use anytime. Point 1, collect information. Collect useful information with the minimum resources. Doesn't focus on deep thinking and discussion. Take informed decisions, helps in making informed decisions on operations, policy, and strategy for current or future projects. Use anytime. After action review can be used at any point of the project, not just the project. Action can be used anytime. After action review can be used at any point of the project, not just the closure stage. It establishes a culture of learning. So this is what I have prepared to share with you today. And I hope you've gained something new. And we will continue to share know-how whenever resources and time allow. So you may have heard some noise in this video and the previous one. Those are videos that originate from neighbors, not from here at home. So some neighbors, close neighbor is rebuilding or renovating. So that's why you can hear some interruptions in the video that I have shared with you. But I hope I have been able to share the most important know-how that you need. But as you can see, there are some works going on in the neighboring. In the neighboring household. So what's important is that you can get the men. What's important is that you can get the main lessons that I have prepared for you. Thank you very much for watching. Today is Saturday. And I hope that you have now got what is essential in today's video. Thank you very much. See you.